The storm raged like it was tearing the world apart. My husky, Luna, pressed close against me as the windows rattled and the wind howled like a living thing. At 3 a.m, when the night was darkest and silence should have been deepest, there came a knock. Slow, hollow, at my front door. Luna went wild, barking, scratching, her hackles raised high. And when I opened that door, heart pounding, there was nothing. No one. Just the night air heavy with rain, and the faintest trail of wet paw prints leading away into the dark. That's when I made the mistake of following them. Luna wasn't the type of dog to spook easily. She was a husky through and through, brave, strong, and always ready to face down anything. I'd seen her chase off coyotes, and once she even stared down a black bear. So when she began growling that night, deep in her chest, the sound of something primal, I knew it wasn't nothing. The storm outside made the whole house tremble. Rain hammered the roof, thunder split the sky, and the trees bent under the weight of the wind. I had been dozing in the armchair, Luna curled up at my feet when the sound came. Knock, knock, knock. Not hurried, not frantic. Slow, deliberate. The kind of knock that chills you because whoever or whatever is behind it wants you to know they're there. Luna shot up instantly. Her hackles rose like quills, and she barked so hard her body shook. She charged the door, paws scraping against the wood. I yelled, "Luna, back! Stay back." But she wouldn't, and then the knocking stopped. The silence that followed was worse. I stood frozen, staring at the door, every instinct telling me not to open it. But something stronger pulled me forward. Curiosity, fear, the need to know. I slid the bolt back with shaking hands, twisted the knob, and pulled the door open. Nothing. No one stood there. Just rain whipping in sideways, the night thick as tar, and the sound of the wind moaning through the trees. But Luna wasn't wrong. At my feet, just beyond the welcome mat, I saw them. Paw prints. Small. Too small for Luna. They were pressed into the wet porch boards, already filling with rainwater. A trail of them leading off the porch, down the steps, and into the dark yard beyond. Luna whimpered, pawing at the prints as if begging me to follow. Against my better judgment, I grabbed the lantern, lit it with trembling fingers, and stepped out into the storm. The paw prints glistened in the lantern light, each step filling slowly with rain. They were sharp, fresh, impossible to mistake. They cut a path straight toward the trees. I hesitated. My better sense told me to shut the door, lock it, and wait for daylight. But Luna tugged at her leash, eyes locked on the trail, every muscle tense with purpose. She wanted to follow. So I did. The storm swallowed us as we stepped beyond the porch. The rain stung like needles. The wind nearly tore the lantern from my hand, and the trees swayed like giants in pain. The prints led us deeper, across the yard, past the rusting fence line, into the woods where the storm's howl turned the branches into claws raking the sky. The trail was steady, each paw print sinking into the soft mud, spaced evenly, guiding us forward. But what chilled me most was their size. They weren't large, not like Luna's. They were small, the kind a puppy would make. Thunder cracked overhead and Luna barked wildly in answer. She pulled me harder. I clutched the lantern to my chest with one arm and gripped her leash with the other. And then, silence. The prints stopped. Right there, in the middle of the path, they ended. No fading, no scattering, no sign of where the animal went. Just gone. Luna growled, circling the spot, nose pressed low. My breath caught. I almost turned back. Then Luna froze, head snapping upward. Her body stiffened. A low whine escaped her throat. I followed her gaze. Through the rain and swaying branches, I saw it. A shape, small, low to the ground, watching us. Its eyes reflected the lantern's glow. Twin pinpricks of light in the darkness. "Hello?" I called, though my voice cracked against the storm. The shape shifted, trembling, then darted deeper into the woods. As it moved, The paw prints began again, fresh, leading us forward. Luna surged, nearly dragging me off my feet. Against everything I knew was right, I followed. The trail twisted through the woods, past places I barely recognized, until the trees thinned, and we broke into a clearing. At the center of it stood the old stone well. The well had stood there for generations. I'd been warned about it as a child. Parents told their kids to stay away, said it was dangerous, crumbling, the kind of place a body could vanish into. But there it was, waiting for me. The paw prints led straight to its edge, and then, nothing. I raised the lantern, shielding it from the rain with my hand. The light spilled over the slick stones, down into the darkness below. At first, I saw nothing but black water reflecting faint ripples of the storm. And then, movement. A tiny shape shivering at the bottom. A puppy. Its fur was drenched, plastered to its fragile body, eyes wide with terror. It stared up at me, whimpering, small paws paddling helplessly against the stone. My heart broke at the sight. "Hold on," I cried, setting the lantern carefully down. I grabbed the rope coiled nearby, hands working frantically to lower it down. But as I reached my arm deeper, something cold swept over me. My hand touched nothing. Nothing but air. I leaned further, the puppy still staring up at me. But there was no weight, no form, no substance, just the sharp bite of icy emptiness. I gasped, jerking back, nearly toppling into the well. Luna howled, the sound echoing like a warning across the storm. When I looked again, the puppy was gone. Only black water rippled below. I staggered back, chest heaving, every nerve screaming to run. Luna pressed against me, her body rigid, eyes locked on the well. But I couldn't leave, not yet. I leaned over once more, the lantern trembling in my hand. Rain hissed as it struck the water below. Nothing moved, no puppy, just darkness. I told myself it had to be a trick, my mind playing games in the storm. But then Luna whined, pawing at the stones, her body low as if begging me to understand. Something had been there, something that didn't belong. If you're still with me, let me pause for a moment. If you're enjoying this chilling story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. It helps us share more mysterious dog tales just like this one. That night, I dragged myself and Luna back home, soaked to the bone, heart pounding so hard it echoed in my ears. I locked every door, every window. I sat awake until dawn, staring at the rain-streaked glass, waiting for the knock to come again. It never did. But sometimes late at night, I hear it still. Knock, 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 slow, hollow, at my door. And when I look, Luna's already there, hackles raised, eyes fixed on the dark outside, waiting. I never see anything, but sometimes when I dare to step outside, I find them, small paw prints, leading away, always toward the woods, always toward the well. And I know deep down that puppy is still waiting. But for what? I'll never know. That's the story of the dog that knocked. What do you think? Was it really a lost puppy out there in the storm? Or was it something else entirely? Let me know in the comments. Type A if you believe the puppy was real. Or type B if you think it was something other. If you enjoyed this mysterious dog tale, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more chilling, emotional dog stories you won't find anywhere else. Sometimes the most loyal companions aren't the ones we can hold, but the ones that never let us go.